So today is June 6, 2014. So Sayadaw is going to give the dhamma to the yogis who are practicing meditation by focusing on the 5 aggregates as guided by Sutavanta Sutra, and according to the discussion made by 2 Venerable Arhants, Maha, Kotthika and Sariputta, and according to the Maha Sayadaw's guidance. In the Maha Meditation Center in Burma, the late Venerable Maha Sayadaw taught the Vipassana meditation. And based on the guideline, so that guideline is composed as a poem and now delivered in your hand. And this guideline, basic guideline, is very deep and profound, and it brings a lot of meanings. We need to explain very detailed. And this guideline will teach us the method of Vipassana, or how to develop insight, Vipassana insight, and what kind of benefits from the development of Vipassana insight. So Sayadaw will going to expound this guideline today. So Venerable Maha Kotthika, he raised a question regarding Vipassana guideline to Venerable Sariputta. So first we have to fulfill our virtues, like 5 precepts or 8 precepts. For monks and nuns, 227 precepts, and so on. So we have to keep our precepts purified all the time. And having fulfilled our virtue or moral conduct, and then what we have to do to develop in Vipassana insight, what we have to observe. This is the question raised by the Venerable Maha Kotthika to Venerable Maha Sariputta. So first of all, we need to have the strong virtue, strong moral conduct, morality. And we have to make our effort to keep our precept 100% pure, and not to get our morality weak. And we have to develop the mindfulness. Without development of mindfulness, it will be very, very difficult to keep precept 100% pure. So that there are 4 kinds of the mindfulness. So Kaya Nupassana, the contemplation of the body. And our body always changing according to the condition, physical phenomena changing moment by moment. And our mind and our thoughts, good or bad thoughts, wholesome or unwholesome mental state, arise and pass away. Different thoughts at every moment arising and passing away. And feeling or sensations, happy or unhappy, or pleasant or unpleasant, or neutral, several kinds of feelings or sensations arise and pass away. And also thoughts arising and passing away every moment. So we have to observe whatever is obvious, physical or mental, or sensational or feeling, or whatever obvious, we have to observe. Sometimes, or from time to time, physical phenomena are very obvious. Then we have to contemplate physical phenomena. And other time, mental states like thoughts or planning, daydreaming are obvious. And then we have to note the thought. So whatever is obvious, whatever phenomena obvious, physical or mental or sensational, we have to note it. We have to know them as they really are. In this way, we develop mindfulness. With the development of mindfulness, and then our moral conduct become pure, 100% pure. So having fulfilled, having purified our morality, what we have to observe? The answer is we have to observe the 5 aggregate, which we are attached to, which we take them as under illusion. So regarding this topic, Maha made a poem. So the question is, how does insight, knowledge come about? And the answer is, noting the 5 aggregates will bring it out. So this is the brief explanation according to the Venerable Sariputta's answer. So and then another question raised by the Venerable Kotthika is, why and when should one note these things? And the answer is, note at the moment, in order to not cling. So this is the poem composed by Maha Sayadaw, and it's in your hand, according to this sutra. So that we always attach to our mind and body or 5 aggregates with the attachment or desire is there. And also we take this body or mind or ourselves to be, we feel like everlasting, and we feel we are something pleasant. Actually, this mind and body are suffering, but we take them as something pleasant or pleasure. And this mind and body is just psychophysical phenomena. There is no I or mind. But we identify these minds and bodies as ours or mine or I. So thus we take 5 aggregates or mind and body with the attachment and illusion or delusion, tanha and deity. So the point is, why and when one should know these things. Know at the moment in order not to cling. So why we have to know this mind and body? At the moment they become obvious. So the reason we note them is so that we can overcome the attachment and the illusion. So that's the answer. So why and when should one know these things and know at the moment in order not to cling? So when we observe the 5 aggregates or mind and body, we have to contemplate mind and body from the correct perspectives. There are 11 perspectives. From which we have to see, we have to discern 5 aggregates or mind and body. Then first of all, we have to contemplate our mind and body from the perspective of the impermanence. When we observe or contemplate our minds and bodies with the effort, mindfulness and concentration, we can discern their impermanence. When we are mindful of our own mind and body with the effort and with the concentration, and then we can see them. We can see phenomena arising and passing away. This is how we can see or how we can contemplate the mind and the body from the perspective of the impermanence. In Pali we call anicca. So in the Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha said, Kaya, Kayanupassi, Viharati, Atapi, and so on. According to this Pali passage, we have to observe our own 5 aggregates. First of all, we have to sit properly and keeping our upper part of the body straight. And we are advised to breathe in and out regularly and normally. So when we breathe in, the abdomen rises along with the sensation or the tightness or tension. So we can experience tension and tightness. Or that means the tension and tightness newly arise. And these are real physical phenomena arising. And after a while, we breathe out. And that tension or tightness or vibration, they change. They disappear. And then the different physical phenomena become obvious, like a contraction or the releasing and falling down, vibration, something like this. So the different moment, different phenomena become obvious. They come into existence. So we can see the physical changes of physical phenomena moment by moment. So that's how we can realize the impermanence. And when we breathe in, the abdomen rises, and we can have the tension, tightness that newly arise. And then when we breathe out, abdomen fall down, and then another physical phenomena obvious. That's how we see 5 aggregates from the perspective of the impermanence. So as the observation of the body, we mainly observe rising, falling of the abdomen as a whole object. So when we breathe in, breathe out, we noted rising and falling. So it is very important to note rising, falling concurrently with the real phenomena that are involved in the rising, falling. But while noting the rising, falling continuously, sometimes we may get bored and tired, and then after some time we may experience sensation, unpleasant sensation, like the heart heat or tightness or numbness, or sometimes they become very unbearable. They newly arise. But before we develop mindfulness, we rarely notice, or we rarely aware of the true nature. Now we are developing mindfulness, so we clearly see the newly arising, and then they are changing. And the physical phenomena are also obvious, and they are also changing every moment. So when we observe the present phenomena, mental or physical, we can see them changing every moment. Then we realize there is nothing pleasant. We can see them from the perspective of the suffering. These psychophysical phenomena or minds and bodies are tortured by constant changes. And then we can experience several kinds of sensation or feelings like pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. They are also changing at every moment. So that's why the Buddha taught us to be aware of the sensation as they really are, or feeling as they really are. So when we experience pleasant, we should be aware we feel pleasant. When we experience unpleasant, we should be aware we experience unpleasant, something like that. Vedana su, Vedana nupasi, viharati, atapi, sambhajano, and so on. So these sensations or feelings are also arising and passing away. So this psychophysical phenomena or mental and physical phenomena or five aggregates, every moment they newly arise and pass away immediately afterwards. So obviously they are tortured by impermanence. So if we can observe five aggregates or psychophysical phenomena, we can discern the unsatisfactoriness or suffering of the psychophysical phenomena. So that's why Venerable Sariputta said, when we observe our mind and body, we will realize them as a suffering. As a knowledgeable and smart people, we have to observe our mind and body so that we can see the truth. Unless we develop mindfulness, or if we never practice Vipassana meditation or never observe our own mind and body, and then the illusion will be very deep seated in our heart. So we always think, we always feel as if we were someone everlasting. We were someone beautiful or pleasant. And so these kind of the illusions will be very strong and deep in our heart. So this illusion is responsible for attachment and attachment generated suffering, several kinds of suffering. So to overcome that illusion, what we have to do? We have to observe the psychophysical phenomena or mind and body the moment they obvious, they prominent. If we can observe present phenomena, and there will be no room for illusion, because we see them newly arising and passing away immediately. So no room for illusion and attachment. Unless we observe the present phenomena in the present moment, it is impossible to overcome such deep-seated illusion. And then we cannot avoid dukkha or suffering. So that's why Venerable Sariputta answered according to Buddha teaching. So we have to observe this, our own mind and body, from the perspective of the dukkha and suffering. So here the suffering or unsatisfactoriness is described with several synonyms, so that we can understand what the suffering means. So Venerable Sariputta describes suffering with the many synonyms. First of all, he describes suffering as a chronic disease, as if it were chronic disease. He says all the time our body is subject to pain and tension, tightness, or the pain or numbness, something like this. All the time this body is subject to pain. So the body and the mind also changing impermanence. So the mind and the bodies are actually like a chronic disease, long-lasting disease. So Venerable Sariputta said we should see our mind and the body as if they were chronic disease. And also he said, he described this mind and the body as a ganta, the kind of lamp or bump. And also it described as a thorn, and or there's something sharp. Sometimes we feel the very sharp pain, very unpleasant. So this body is subject to that kind of sharp pain, and so the body should be seen as a thorn. And sometimes we feel several kinds of the pain here and there, and it's very annoying and disturbing to our daily life. When we do this and that, there is a pain and unpleasant sensation always disturbing us. And also, this mind and the body should be taken as a agata or agami anguish. And also, abhada is an illness. So we should see this mind and body as chronic disease or bump or the thorn or anguish or illness or disease. So these are synonyms which describes the suffering of the body and mind. Unless we develop mindfulness, unless we are mindful of our own mind and body, then we are always under illusion that our body is going on our own accord, according to our own accord, according to our own will and wish. But if we observe mind and body, and we can see they arise and pass away on their own accord, according to condition, not our way or our wish. So that's why the Venerable Sariputta described this body as the stranger. It's not mine or I, or not someone like friend. It's a stranger. A stranger is not helpful. A stranger may not help us. So this body and mind is like a stranger. It rarely follow our way and our wish. If we observe mind and body closely, we will realize this point. So that's why Venerable Sariputta said we should take this mind and body as a stranger. So when we observe our own mind and body closely, and we can see mental and physical phenomena changing every moment on their own accord, according to condition. They arise and pass away every second. So that we human beings are changing every moment. If we observe our own mind and body, we can realize impermanence and suffering and non-self. So there is only mind and body, and mental and physical phenomena, and the sense object and the sensual reaction, and object and the subject, and the mind and the body, and their process, their interactions. That's all. There is no everlasting I or mind. There is no male or female, or lover or lovable or despicable. Everything in ultimate sense, just psychophysical phenomena and senses, sense object and sensual interaction. That's all. There is no I or mind or male or female or lovable or despicable. So when we observe our own mind and body in the present moment, we will realize this non-self nature of the phenomena. So while we are healthy and alive, we should make effort to see our mind and body arising and passing away so that we can develop Vipassana insight. So in this regard, to see the true nature of the mind and the body, all we have to do is just to see them the moment they arise, the moment they appears. So here the Venerable Kotthika and Venerable Sariputta, they are question and answer. Maha Sayadaw make a poem here. Without noting at once, clinging can come in. It's forever, it's good, it's I, and you think. So we have to know the moment phenomena are obvious. If we can note phenomena in the present moment, we can spontaneously see them disappearing, and then tortured by the impermanence, and then divide of I or mind. So these psychophysical phenomena are impermanent, suffering, and divide of I or mind. So they are anatta. So that's why Venerable Sariputta answer to the question raised by the Venerable Kotthika. So he said we should see this mind and the body from the perspective of non-self. We should observe mind and the body as a non-self. So here, why and when should one note these things? Note at the moment in order not to cling. Without noting at once, clinging can come in. It's forever, it's good, it's I, you think. So this is the poem composed by Maha Sayadaw according to this sutra. So what benefits we can gain from observation of mind and body in the present moment? So the main benefit is we can become enlightened. Normally most of us are actually ordinary people, Puthojana we call, the common people. By developing mindfulness, we discern psychophysical phenomena and their impermanence, suffering, and non-self. And then we can attain, or we can become enlightened, or we can attain the first stage of enlightenment. We call Sutavanta, the Sriwana or Sri Intara, the enlightener, the first stage enlightener. And when we attain the first stage of enlightenment, we eradicate all kinds of the doubt, skeptical doubt, and we overcome sadhana and deity and vicikesa, illusion, and skeptical doubt. So at the same time, we overcome the immorality. So naturally, or in nature, we keep 5 precepts because our faith in dhamma is unshakable. So we believe karma and karmic results. If we do good things, we can reap good results. Bad things, bad results. So we believe the karma. Belief in karma become unshakable. So we no longer commit evil deeds, and we no longer break 5 precepts. In nature, we keep 5 precepts in nature. That's why we are no longer liable to be reborn in a woeful state, like the hare, or like an animal kingdom, or the hungry or thirsty ghost, something like this. So we are totally, permanently liberated from the woeful rebirth when we become Sotapanna, or when we attain the first stage of enlightenment. And from Sutavanta stage, we have to develop the mindfulness in the same way, and then we can attain the higher level of the enlightenment. As a Sutavanta, we live only 7 lives at most, and we may reborn to the higher stage of Brahma, and then we can develop higher Vipassana insight. Then again we became this Sakaragami, the second stage enlightener. And Sakaragami means once returner, we may return to the human rebirth only one time. And after that, we may reborn to the Brahma world or the higher plane. And then we develop the mindfulness again. And then we attain the third stage of enlightenment. We become Anagami, non-returner. As a Anagami, we never come back to the sensual realm like a human and lower devas. We are reborn only in the superior plane or superior realm like Brahma world. And then we can develop the Vipassana insights. We develop mindfulness and progressive Vipassana insight until we become fully enlightened at heart in Brahma world. This is how we develop Vipassana insight progressively and attain the stages of the enlightenment until arhatship, fully enlightened. As a arhats, and then they have no more mental defilement. Their mind is always calm. Their mind is always calm and peaceful. So they also develop Vipassana as we do. They observe mind and body, and all the time we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. There is a senses and sensory reactions. Unless we develop mindfulness, we are always tortured by mental defilements related to sensual objects, sense objects. So as a arhats, they have no more mental defilement, but they observe the mental and physical phenomena arising and passing away. So their mind is always calm and peaceful and tranquil. That's what we call the Data Dhamma Sukha. So by observing present phenomena, psychophysical phenomena, we can overcome illusion and attachment. At the same time, we develop Vipassana insight stage by stage, progressive insight until stages of Megaphala enlightenment. So these are benefits we can gain from the development of Vipassana meditation or development of continuous mindfulness. So in this regard, here is the poem in your hand. Note at the moment, so clinging is clear, impermanence and suffering within appear. When the clinging is gone, Nibbana will be attained. The method of Vipassana must be retained. That's the poem made by Maha according to this basic guideline based on discussion made by Venerable Kotthika and Venerable Sariputta. So that's all for today. We will share in conclusion wish may you be able to develop mindfulness continuously until we attain Megaphala enlightenment.